Good evening, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Let's start with today's session. Quick recap of yesterday's session, right? In yesterday's session, we discussed about how to produce output. So for that, there's only one built-in function provided by Python, that is print. Print doesn't return anything. It returns none. And then different forms of print I told you, right? I've shared the notes as well, so that if you go through the notes, you'll recall. Okay, first print with nothing, then print with list of value, print list of value with SCP parameter, then end, then printing using a format string, then using format specifier, then using format method. Then I told you complex objects, how you can print. Okay. And then we discussed about input function, which is used to accept single value from user. And about input, I've told you it always returns string. So it is the job of programmer to convert it into respective data type. Okay, so just we have discussed input and print. One simple program we can write, that is program for addition of two numbers. Very basic, very elementary. That is, will accept two numbers, add them, and display the result. Getting so that you will be comfortable with the use of print and input. And then we will move with next concepts of Python. Lot many things we have to learn. Okay. So I'll start with this idle environment. Okay. Then I'll go to file, new file. I'll save that file. So I'll save it in our folder. We have created one folder yesterday. That is yesterday, means first lecture only. That is Python, July 2026. I'll select that and give some name. Suppose I'm giving name to the program as add. Okay, so add is the name of my program. Extension automatically dot py. Okay, I hope you're understanding. Now I'll accept first value, and that first value I'll store it in A. Integer input, give any message as a prompt, enter first number. Okay. Input input function will display this prompt first to the end user. To the end user, this prompt is displayed first, enter first number. Then the cursor will be blinking. Getting? Such prompt will come, enter first number. And after that, the cursor is blinking. Whatever you enter, like if you are entering 45, this input will return this 45. Whatever you enter, input returns it as a string. So suppose input returns that 45 as a string, and then that string you give to this int function. Int function is converting this string to integer. So finally in A, we will have 45 as integer. Getting? So you will say why we do this conversion? Because directly strings cannot be added. In Python, two strings, if you try to add, it will do concatenation. But we don't want concatenation. We want addition. Like directly, if you are adding 45 plus 67 as two strings, it will give you answer 4567 as a string. But that is not our intention. Our intention is it should add 45 plus 67, 100, 112. So 112 answer should come. Getting? Therefore, you have to convert the string to integer. This conversion topic we'll be learning. Don't worry. It is there in the subsequent topics. Again, I'm going to accept second number. Okay. Only mistake. If you start with single quote, complete with single quote. If you start with double quote, complete double quote. Okay. Now this way, to numbers are accepted. We will add those two numbers and store it in C, A plus B, and store in C. Now display the result. Okay. Now for displaying the result, use different forms of print, which we have discussed in yesterday's session. In yesterday's session, we have discussed different forms. So let's use those different forms. Like first, suppose I'm writing addition of A, then and B is C. I've taught you the first form, list of values, value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4. And all these values will get displayed one after another with a space. One form we have learned. So first addition of is 1, then A second value, then and third value, B fourth value, fifth value, sixth. All values it will display one after another. Getting? Then someone wants to ask something, like I think someone has unmuted. If you want to ask, you can ask. Okay.
No.
Then the same thing I'll try to print in some another way. This was first way. Addition of, then A and B is C. So wherever A, B, and C is there, it's a variable. There the value is substituted. These are constant strings. Getting? So this is one way. I'll try to produce it in some another way, like by using F string. I hope you remember F string. So addition of brace bracket A and brace bracket B is brace bracket C. This also one way I had told you yesterday. Same output you'll get. See, so many ways to do the same thing. The other, I'll do it by format specify, suppose. Addition of person D and person D is person D. Percent, and then I'll create a tuple of values A, B, C. So in first person D, it will substitute A. In second person D, it will substitute B. In third person D, it will substitute C. Getting? See, means to produce the same thing, how many different ways we have? Suppose one more way I'll tell you by using format string like this. Addition, format method, addition of brace bracket and brace bracket is brace bracket dot format A comma B comma C. This way also I have taught you yesterday. So many ways. So at least four ways I'm using to do the same thing. Okay. Now what we'll do is we will save this file, save or control S, and then go to run module. I hope you know it. Every Python file is a module. So run module or press F5. See, the script has started executing from the beginning. So first line was input. Prompt is this. You will enter something like I'm entering 45. It will return 45 string converted to integer stored in E. Again, next input, I'm giving 67. Again, 67 returned as string given to int has converted string 67 to number 67, stored in B. And then the addition is stored in C. And then at least by four different way, we are displaying the same thing. Can you see? The same output I've produced, but different ways. This is the first way, second way, third way, fourth way. Okay. So I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Then let's
हम
move on.
डायरेक्टली वैल्यू भी पास कर सकते हैं ना, जैसे a इज इक्वल टू 10 एंड b इज इक्वल टू 20.
Hard-coded values. Huh? You can.
Yes.
You want to say program में here I've accepted it from the user. Instead of that, direct hard-coded. हाँ, ले सकते हो.
हाँ.
But mainly मुझे वो दिखाना था कि use of input. Yesterday we studied input.
Yes, yes.
Get it? Therefore, I just wanted to show the use of input, use of print.
Yes.
Ultimate intention was that yesterday's session we discussed input, print, and all. So make use of that in one program. That's all.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's up to you. Okay? Okay, so can you give me confirmation so that we can move to the next topics? Lot many topics to learn.
Yes.
Okay. Ultimately, you have to reach to the data analysis modules and all, NumPy, Panda and all. That is main, which you have to study because based on that only you're going to apply for jobs. But to learn that, you need to know Python very well, right? We will move to the next important topic, that is identifiers. Okay, now what are identifiers? That I'll tell you. Like you people are given some meaningful names by your parents with a proper naming ceremony, which in our uh, in Maharashtra we call it as Barsa. Getting? So a proper naming ceremony is done, and then your parents give you a proper meaningful name, and then the world recognizes you with that name. In short, the world identifies you with that name. Isn't it or no? Your name is one member name is Lubda, Rabia, Sohail, then Nagendra is there. So many students are there. So all of you are having that as a name, and the world is identifying you with that name. Same way in your programs, there are some program elements to which you have to give some name. Now, those program elements are like variables. You're creating variables. Just now I created three variables, A, B, C. So I gave name to those variables. Variables are there, functions. You're creating your own functions, or you're creating your own class or a module or a package. To do all this, you have to give what? Some meaningful name. That is called as a identifier because that variable will be identified with that name. The function is identified with that name. The class is identified with that name. You recognize that class with that name. Class cat, class dog, class person, class student, class button. Getting? So, in short, what is an identifier is clear to you. Identifier is a name given to program elements like variables, functions, classes, modules, packages. To all this, whatever name you give is called as a identifier. Getting? So identifiers in Python are the names given to variables, class, library, module, or function. Now remember, whatever name you give, it should follow some naming rule. And that naming rule is decided by the designer of that language. So now whoever has designed Python, they have decided some naming rule. And the programmer has to follow that naming rule. If programmer is not following the naming rule, your Python interpreter will give error, invalid identifier. Getting? So you give any name, but it should fit into that rules. You can give whatever name you want to give to your class, to your functions, to your package, to your module, to your variable. But whatever name is given, it should be within this rules. If it is not following the rule, your Python interpreter will generate error. Now, what those naming rules are, getting that we will discuss. First rule is it can be any sequence, getting any sequence of letters. Letters means A to Z uppercase, A to Z lowercase, doesn't matter. Letters, digits, and underscore. Underscore, there is minus sign also and underscore. So underscore, digits, and letters. Any combination of this only allowed. You cannot use anything other than this. Anything other than this is not allowed. for a identifier name. Second, it cannot start with digit. Okay, so cannot start with digit. That is the second rule. Okay. Then the third rule is, so I hope you got it. First place, digit not allowed. Digit can come afterwards. Afterwards, digit combinations can come. But first place should be either letter or underscore. After that first position, later you can have digits. Okay? So that is clear to you. Then it is case sensitive. Case sensitive in the sense uppercase, lowercase, title case, all are considered different. Justification I can give you. See, I'm creating three variables with the name age only. Age 10, second age 10, A capital, and third, all three letters, first age, second 20 I'll give, and age 30 I'll give. Now, though the spelling is same, the pronunciation is same, age, but Python will consider all three as different variables. All three are different. Getting you can print and see their value. Age, age, age. Is it printing 10, 20, 30? As it is printing 10, 20, 30 means it has created three different variables. Though their spellings are same, but the case matters. First is lowercase, second is title case, third is capital case, uppercase. Okay? So it is case sensitive. I hope you got it. Then the fourth rule is keywords not allowed or reserve words not allowed. Every language is having, not necessarily only programming language have reserve word. Does English also have, Marathi also have, Hindi law, Sanskrit law, Marathi law, Kannada law, all natural languages, human spoken languages also have what human spoken languages also have their reserve words. Reserve words means words which are having pre-decided meaning and you cannot use it for any other purpose. Whatever is its designated purpose means those are the words whose meaning is already decided and whatever the purpose is, you have to use it for that only. You cannot use it for any multiple thing. You understanding? Like in English, we have articles. Articles are there, na? A and the, right? Then we have verbs. Verbs are there, run, go, sleep, eat. So these are reserved word. Can I use it for anything else? No. Can I give name run or eat to a boy? Getting run stays besides my house. My brother's name is sleep. How funny it is. Because it is wrong. It is wrong English. Those are the reserved words and you have to use it for that purpose only. But in English, nouns if you consider. So nouns are human created. Nouns you can give to anyone, like June. June is the name of month also, and June can be name of girl also. Getting like in Western countries, June is the name of a girl, and June is the name of month. No problem because it's noun. It is not a reserved word. Getting so here also remember reserved words not allowed. And the last rule is means you cannot create a variable with the reserve word. Like I'm trying to create a variable with the name if equal to 100 is wrong. It will give you syntax error. Why? Because if is a reserve word. It is used for condition checking. If purpose is decided, it is used for condition checking. And as it is used for condition checking, I cannot create a variable with the name if. See, does it give a syntax error? Because it is treating if as a keyword. So as if is a keyword, it is expecting a condition after that, and you have written something else. It is not allowed. Okay? And last is no limit on length. No limit. According to Python, there is no limit. Python interpreter, no limit on length. Any big variable you can give. But again, you have to be wise. वो donkey ही होगा जो इतने बड़े बड़े नाम के variables बनाएगा. Because it will be very difficult for you to use those variables in the code. Isn't it or no, guys? Getting? Okay. See here, if I create a variable sal equal to is okay. Salary is equal to, that is also okay, meaningful. But if I try to create variable like my life, first, salary, okay, of July 2026 equal to 4500. Is it comfortable to deal with such big variable name? Because if you want to use this variable further in the code at 10 different places in the calculations, at 10 different places I have to use in the calculation, is it comfortable to use such big name? Instead of that, only salary, sal is okay, meaningful. But Python doesn't give any error. It says you can create any big name. Correct? But there is some standardization that is called as PEEP standards. PEEP means there's a committee formed and they make some standardization rules, which if you follow a good practice, not compulsion. Getting? It's called as Python Enhanced Proposal. Getting? So it's like like for web, there is a W3C committee called as World Wide Web Consortium. For C and C++ like language, there is NC, NC, ISO and all. So a committee is there and they make some standard rules. And if we follow their standard rules, it's a good practice. According to them, I guess they say some 73 maximum character, you should not go beyond that. Okay. But Python interpreter is not complaining. It is saying you can give any big length. But I know programmers are quite wise enough, they are smart enough, they will not unnecessarily make big variables. Okay? So I hope the rules are clear to you. First rule is allowed characters. So what are the allowed characters? Alphabets, lower or upper, digits, underscore. Any sequence of this. The identifier should not start with a digit. Okay. Then identifiers are case sensitive. We cannot use reserved words as identifier. Identifier means you got, no? You cannot give a reserved word name to a variable or a class or a library. Means I'm creating a class, my own class, and the class name is to be given after that. But I gave class name as while. It's not allowed. While is a reserved word. You cannot use it as a class name. Getting? And then there is no length limitation for identifier. Ideally, no length limitation, but obviously you people won't do unnecessary big length variables. Right or no? Some valid identifiers I'll give you. See, ABC10C. Can you say it is valid? Yes, it is following the
Yes.
rule. Combination of letters, digit, underscore. Right or no? Not starting with digit. It's not a reserved word. This is okay. Generally in Python, anything which starts with double underscore and end with double underscore, they are called as magic names. Getting? We will discuss about it. Generally, when we start with only single underscore, it is identified as private. So don't worry, when we'll come to that respective topics, you'll come to know. But according to the rules, these all are valid. They all are following what? Naming rule. They're not going against the naming rule. Only underscore is also valid. Underscore is actually having some meaning in Python, I'll tell you. But only underscore is also legal. See, I'm creating underscore equal to 100 and then I'm printing underscore. Getting clear?
Yes.
I think generally whenever you write any expression, 3 plus 5 into 2 something, okay? So the result of the latest expression, okay, I think somewhere it is there in a for loop or somewhere that underscore contains the result of that latest expression. Okay, so I'll tell you about the meaning of underscore, but underscore is valid, underscore ABC, all are valid. And then if you take invalid, 99, 99 is invalid. Why? Because it is starting with a digit. 9 ABC, here also it is starting with digit. X plus Y, that plus is a special symbol, which is not allowed. Right or no? Only allowed are these three things: lowercase, uppercase, digit, and underscore. For is a reserved word, it's a keyword, not allowed. Okay? Okay, so about identifiers is clear to you. You can give me quick confirmation so that we can move ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Then something more about keywords. What are keywords? So keywords are reserved words of the language. Okay. And every word is given some designated purpose. And whatever is the purpose of that word, you have to use it for that only. You cannot overload it. Overload means you're understanding, giving it multiple work, getting overloaded. If you observe mom at home, or those who are working ladies, so they have to manage house also, they have to manage office also, their kids also. So they are overloaded, right or no? They're doing multiple work. They're doing their original work, they're doing their office work, they're managing many other social work, so many things, right? So we call them as overloaded. So keywords cannot be overloaded. No. Whatever is the purpose, use it for that only. You cannot give them multiple tasks. Getting, guys? Okay. So I hope what are keywords clear to you. So keywords are reserved words of the language. They have their designated purpose, or they have their implicit meaning. They have their original meaning. And whatever is the purpose, you have to use it for that only. You cannot use it for anything else. Okay? See, keywords are reserved words of the language and they have their predefined meaning. They are to be used for their intended purpose. Like if is used for condition checking, you have to use it for that only. While is used for a loop. Getting? So you have to use it that way. Break is to terminate the loop. So you have to use it for that activity only. You cannot use it for anything else. So cannot be used as variable, method, module, or a class name. So if you want to give the keyword as a class name, not allowed. Or you are giving keyword as a variable name, not allowed. Isn't it the same rule in our natural languages as well? If you take English, if you take Hindi, you take Marathi. So English is also having a set of reserved word, and their purposes are decided. Articles are there, verbs are there, adverbs are there. Yes or no? So you have to use for that purpose. You cannot use it for anything else. There are around 35 reserved words in Python. Actually, there were some 33 later. Two are added in the latest version. Okay. So around 35 reserved words till the end of the course. Mostly all we will be learning. Okay. You can observe all are English words. Okay. And nearly all are in lowercase except three: false, none, and true. Can you see T is capital for none, N is capital for F, false, F is capital. Strictly, yeah. In some languages, false and true is written in small. In some languages, you can write anyhow, like in SQL and all. Here, F is capital. For none, N is capital. For true, T is capital. Only these three are there. These three are only in a title case. Otherwise, all are in a lower case. Okay. So some programming knowledge, if you already have like C programming or Java, so some of the keywords might be very much similar, like break or continue, getting, then while, return, getting, like in Java we have try. Instead of catch, here there is except. finally, then import. Some are Python special words only, like in, is, pass. These are specially in this language only. Getting like lambda. These are not coming from any other language. They are specially observed in Python. Okay. So few keywords I've listed out. As I said, all the keywords are in alphabets only, means English words. There are no symbols or any digits and all. They all are English words. Okay. And all are in lowercase except true, false, and none. Getting? If you want to print and see the list of all the keywords, if you want to see the list of keywords, there is one very easy way. There is one library, ready-made library provided along with your Python installation. When you install Python, along with that only one library come. The name of the library is keyword. Okay. So first you have to import it because unless and until you load it, you are not allowed to use it in your script. If you want to use it in your script, first that library is to be loaded in the memory. That we do it by import. And then in that library, there is one list. The name of the list is KW list. You can print it. But as this list is in this library, you have to give that library name dot that list, KW list. Print it, it will print a list in square bracket. And in that, all these words will be there. And if you give that list to a length function, it will give you the number of elements in that list. In that list, how many elements are there? That count will be returned. Who will return that count? LEN. Okay, you can try it. Now, I guess in some first lecture or second lecture, someone asked that so many libraries are there. Can we get the list of all that libraries? Someone had asked me. Generally, there is no provision because every day people create open source community people create new libraries and they add it in the GitHub. On the GitHub, they put it and make it available to the world. But still, you can go to PyPy. That is called as Python, okay, package index.org if you go. So there registered library lists are there, in which also more than 500,000. Just imagine in Python, there are more than 700,000 libraries available. Getting? And more than 500,000 libraries are registered on this website. You can go and see, but still all are not available. And when you install Python, along with that, some standard 200 libraries automatic come. You don't have to explicitly install it. अलग से install करने की जरूरत नहीं. Python installation के साथ ही ये 200 libraries आते हैं. Correct? And if you want to check the list, you can go to this pypy.org. Their list is there, but still on that website also all are not available. Around 500,000 are available. And currently in market, there are around 700,000 libraries made by different people in the community. Getting? So if you want to check, see it. You just have to write import keyword. Library is loaded, and then you can print and see keyword.kw list. Can you see? Is it printing the list of all the keywords? You can check. And if you check the length of that list, there is one function called len, a built-in function provided by Python. You can give the list and it will give you the number of elements in the list. Is it printing 35? So in short, in today's day, Python provides around 35 keywords, not like Java, the latest version of Java, more than 55 and all, and the latest one is giving around more than 65 and all. So continuously the new version come, they keep adding. Not like that. Python tries to remain simple. libraries keep created, ओपन सोर्स कम्युनिटी बनाते रहती है, डालते रहती है, बनाते रहती है, डालते रहती है, बट लैंग्वेज को लिमिटेड ही रखा हुआ है. ठीक है. Okay, so about keywords is clear to you. You can just give me quick confirmation so that we can proceed with the next thing. Lot many things, data types देखने हैं, operators देखने हैं, right or no? फिर control flow, फिर programs लिखने हैं उसके ऊपर, काफी चीजें पढ़नी हैं.
Yes.
Sure, others also, other
Yeah,
Rabia is there or no?
clear.
Today I guess only you two have joined, I guess.
Mm.
ठीक है. At any point doubt, you can ask me. ठीक है. Moving ahead, next is Python statement. So what is a Python statement? So you can say it is a Python instruction given to your Python interpreter. Whatever instruction you give to the Python interpreter will be called as Python statement. Like I'm writing x equal to 10. So it's an instruction given to the Python interpreter that create one integer object, store 10 in it. This will be done on the heap. Okay. Then collect the reference, and that reference is stored in that variable x. In x, the address is stored. That will be on the stack part, like that. So it is an instruction given to the Python interpreter. Or I'm writing print and double quote or single quote hello. So this is the instruction given to the Python interpreter that please call this function, take this value, then that function will send that value to the monitor and return nothing and come again to the next instruction. So Python statements are Python instructions given to the Python interpreter. Now, according to Python, end of the line is the end of the statement. Here, you don't have to complete that statement with any semicolon or something. Generally, people have habit because they come from different programming background, like those who come from Java or C, they have habit of writing semicolon at the end because in those languages, statements are terminated with semicolon. Here, there is no such rule. You don't have to put semicolon. Here, what they say is end of the line is the end of the statement, meaning x equal to 10. When the line is complete, automatic Python interpreter will consider it as the end of a statement. Understanding? So, no concept of semicolon to indicate that it is the end of a statement. Line end, statement end. But then sometimes semicolon is useful for separating the statements. If you are writing many statements on the same line, see here, if you are writing x equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to x plus y, all these three things I'm trying to write on the same line, on one line only. I put a space after this. But what happens is Python interpreter doesn't consider this thing as three different statements. It assumes this whole thing as one. Why? Because according to Python interpreter, end of the line is the end of the statement. So when the line gets over, there it treats it as the end of a statement. Therefore, Python interpreter treats this whole thing as one statement. But when it treats this as whole statement, this whole thing as one statement, it finds out that it is grammatically wrong, syntactically wrong. This is syntactic error. If I consider this whole thing as one statement, therefore, in that case, as a separator, you can put semicolon. So in Python, semicolon is not an end of a statement. Semicolon is just a separator. Getting? Okay, see here. Again, quick application I'll show you. See, x equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to x plus y. And the moment I say enter, it will give a syntax error. Why? Because when I say enter, there it is treating end of a statement. So what happens is it considers this whole thing only as one statement. But if this whole thing is one statement, then it is syntactically wrong. Can you see? And then if I put in the same statement, if I put semicolon, then it will be acting as a separator, just a separator. And now if you print and see the values of X, Y, and Z, you'll see the result. Can you see 10, 20, 30? Getting? So normally just remember, don't make a habit of putting semicolon. Getting? But now some people may say, still, if I put semicolon, will there be any problem? Problem won't be there, but why when it is not needed? Like some may say, like if I write x equal to 10 and semicolon, actually Python interpreter will treat it as two statement. One x equal to 10 and second empty statement. It will be empty statement. Why? Because originally semicolon in Python is not an end of a statement. It is a separator. End of a statement is enter. The enter key is end of a statement. Understanding? Clear? So semicolon is just a separator. Okay. So only that you have to remember. So what is a Python statement? It is an instruction which you give to Python interpreter. Python statement are instructions that are executed by the Python interpreter. A equal to 5. It is one statement because it is one instruction given to the interpreter. Python uses semicolon as a separator, not terminator. Whereas in many languages, semicolon is a terminator. It is a statement terminator. Every natural language also is having. If you take English, so in English, we complete the statement with dot. Sometimes the statement is completed with dots, sometimes with question marks, sometimes with exclamation, depending on the type of statement. So Python uses semicolon as a separator, not terminator. You can also use them at the end of a line. And generally, at the end of a line, if I put semicolon, it won't make any problem. Getting? But still, see here, x equal to 10 semicolon. No problem. If you check x, it is 10. But still, that semicolon is not a terminator. It is just a separator, which makes them look like a statement terminator, but they're treated as two statements. The second one is blank. The first one is x equal to 10. This is a separator. And the second statement is considered as a blank statement. Okay? I hope it is clear to you guys. Right? Can you give me quick confirmation? Keep giving confirmation. Interaction is necessary, guys. Okay?
Okay.
Without interaction, you won't learn anything. सीखना है तो वसूल करना है ऐसे वसूल किससे करना है ये ट्रेनर से ट्रेनर का पूरा दिमाग खा लेने का getting so what I want to say is that keep interacting okay
Okay.
so at least keep giving me confirmations moving to next thing that is Python comments all are elementary concepts these are all elementary programming concept which you should know now what are comments. Remember, comments are actually ignored by your Python interpreter. Python interpreter will never check comment. What you have written in the comment is simply ignored. Comments are just for the documentation purpose. Or sometimes like you want to skip some code from execution. Sometimes you have written some code and some part is not functioning well. So for time being, you can put that much part of code in a comment. Correct? But ideally, the purpose of comment is for documentation. Like whatever logic you have written, you want to give some explanation about it. Who is the author of that code? The author means the programmer. Then the date when it was created. What is the purpose of that code? If there are some complex business logics, So you're explaining that calculation process. If it is a function, then you have to tell that what it is taking input, what it is going to return. Getting? So all that things you give it in a comment. Comment will be helpful for you only later when you're working on the same project for upgradation or anything. Like previously, the project was developed, and later, after few years or few months, the same project is going for modification or for upgradation. So by seeing the old code, you should be able to identify what it is doing. So comments will be helpful over there, isn't it or no? By reading the comments, you can recall what was the purpose. And not only for you, for someone else also. Like your written code is given to someone else. So someone else also can find out from the comment what the code is doing. Getting? Nowadays, with the help of AI tool, it is becoming more easy, but this is a traditional approach, traditional way that comments are good for documentation purpose. Okay. Now, how to write comments in Python? In Python, there is a single line comment. How to write single line comment? Hash. So anything which starts with hash till the end of the line, till the end of the line, everything is a comment. Anything which will start with hash. Now from that hash till the end of the line will be treated as comment. It's a single line comment. Now Python actually has provided only single line comment, guys. They haven't provided any multi-line comment or anything, which in other languages we have, like in C, we have slash star and then go on writing any number of lines. And when star slash come, the comment is over. That is a multi-line. But in Python, we don't have. But what Python people have done, a smart use they have done. In Python, what they say, you have strings. Getting? So strings can be written in single quote or strings can be written in double quote. But the thing is, when you write a single quoted string or double quoted string, you cannot extend that string for more than one line. Carefully listen. Huh? Listen carefully. You don't get distracted. Getting generally it happens. You know, generally it happens when you're hearing to me. Then sometimes you get distracted to your phone. Then you start watching, checking the messages and all. So 1 hour you have to keep all that things aside and only listen to me. You will never face problem. You will very easily crack the interviews. Getting? Because whatever is taught, based on that only they ask, nothing else. Okay? So in Python, strings are single quoted or double quoted. But the limitation of these strings is you cannot extend to more than one line. Getting? If you want, you can check this. See, I'm trying to write something in single quote, hello world. And I'm trying to write something on the next line. So to go on the next line, the moment I press enter, it will give you an error. Is it giving? Syntax error, unterminated string literal. Why? Because it says single quoted string should complete on the same line. Same is the problem with double quoted also. See here, if I write double quote and I try to continue on the next line by pressing enter, it will give you an error. So for that purpose, Python people have given another type of string called as doc string, document string, multi-line string. How to write it? Three quotes. Now three quote, now this concept is added now in the latest version Java also. Three single quote or three double quote. Three double quote or three single quote. And now you start typing your string. Go on writing. As many lines you want, you can write. And when again three quote come, the string is over. Getting? Now you'll say in between why he started talking about string, whereas he was talking about comment. I'll tell you that. Getting? Now what Python says is if you are writing this three quoted strings, three quote, then many lines, then these three quote. and you're not storing it in anything. If you store it in anything, then it is a string object. It's a string. But if you don't store it, you're just writing three quotes, something, then three quotes. Anyway, this string is going to get ignored, isn't it or no? So why not to take the benefit of this multi-line string for writing multi-line comments? It will act like a comment only, na, anyway. Why? Because whatever you have written in this three quoted string is not getting stored in any object. So anyway, it is going to get what? Ignored. Take the benefit of it. So see how smartly these people have designed language. What they have done is taken a dual benefit. They say create a multi-line string, don't assign it to anything, it becomes a comment. And if you assign, it is a string. देखो असाइन किया तो स्ट्रिंग के जैसे बिहेव करेगा, नहीं असाइन किया तो वो कमेंट है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर? देखो अभी थ्री कोड्स लिखता हूं एंड देन आई कैन राइट एनीथिंग. लेट अस लर्न. नेक्स्ट लाइन पे आ गया पाइथन एंड डेटा एनालिसिस. थ्री कोड कंप्लीट. डन. बट एनीवे आई हैव नॉट स्टोर्ड इट. तो एज आई हैव नॉट स्टोर्ड इट, वैसे भी वो इग्नोर होने वाला है. तो कमेंट के जैसे यूज करो. समझ रहा है? एंड अगर यही स्ट्रिंग मैंने किसी में स्टोर की रहती x इक्वल टू, so now it is not a comment. Now it is getting stored in that x object, and you can print and see that x. Is it printing exactly whatever is there? Three lines है तो three lines से print कर.
Yes.
Okay, so I hope you got it. How the benefit is taken. What Python people say, if you want to write a multi-line comment, use multi-line string. Don't assign it to anything. It is anyway comment. And if you assign, then it is a string. Okay? So comments are portion of code ignored by the Python interpreter. Whenever comment come, that much part your Python interpreter is going to ignore it. Generally, why to write it? As I said, used for making short notes, either as a documentation, like I told you, the author of the code, the date when it was written, the purpose of that code, what input you're giving, what output, some special calculations, all that in that comment you can write. So either as a document or for reminder of the functionality of your function. Okay, this makes the program easy to understand for you only later or someone else. If someone else is going to work on that code, by reading the comment, that other person will be able to find out the purpose. Correct? But as I said, nowadays all AI is doing the work for you. Then, as I said, there are how many types of comments in Python? Two types of comment. Actually, Python gives only one type of comment. Python provides only one type of comment, that is single line. Multi-line comment, we are achieving it with the help of multi-line strings. Correct? So a line starting with a hash. Okay? Hash. Don't say hashtag, because you people have a habit of saying hashtag, more influenced with the social media. That is especially Instagram. Therefore, you have a habit of always saying hashtag. So only hash character denotes a single line comment. Example C, hash, this is an addition of two numbers. So I'm storing 5 in A, 10 in B, and addition of A and B in C. See how in one line only you can do the code in Python. Python gives how compact work. In background, there is code generated. But for us, it is so easy. In one line only, multiple assignments are happening. Okay? 5 in A, 10 in B, then the addition of that A and B in C. But comment. See here. Like I'm writing print and hello world. And then after that in hash, I'm writing this is a print statement. That's all. But anyway, this is a print statement is ignored. It is just doing the work of print hello world. That much part is ignored. And how to achieve multi-line comment? Using multi-line strings, as I said. These are written within a block of starting and ending triple quote. Triple single quote or triple double quote doesn't matter. See ya. Three quotes, write any number of lines and three quote. Can we extend single line, double quoted or single quoted string to more than one line, guys? Just tell me yes or no. If it is a double quoted string, can I extend to more than one line? Or if it is a single quoted string, can I
Yes.
extend to more? No. So it gives an error, a syntax error. So to overcome this, Python has created a third type of string called as a document string or a multi-line string where you have to write three quote or three double quote. Then write any number of lines and again three double quotes or three single quote. Everything is preserved within it. उसके अंदर जो भी है वो सब preserved है. Okay? ठीक है? Now what will happen is if I start with this topic, explanation will go a little ahead. So for today, here only we'll take a pause. Now in the next session, very important topic that is data type. Okay? We'll be learning about what is data type and then what are different data types provided by Python. So minimum first 5 data types we'll be learning, that is int, float, complex, string and boolean. So that we will learn, and then about operators and all we have to start. Okay, guys? Okay.
Yes.
So for today, we'll take a pause over here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.